over in the Mentawis on a off-season surf trip with some of the boys, and we were at Macaroni's one day, and I just had a funny landing. My ankle rolled over and I broke 2 bones in my fibula, tore my ligament down the front and separated my ankle joint. So I spent the rest of the trip just sitting on the boat taking photos, and when I got back to Sydney I was rushed in for surgery. I had 6 pins put into my fibula and a plate to hold my ankle joint back together. Spent 2 months with all that jazz, nuts and bolts in there, and then had another operation to have the pins removed out of my fibula, and on the road to rehab now. And so I'm heading to the AIS facilities to get on the Alter G treadmill out there and get back running again. Basically takes all the weight load off me, and there's a fair bit of weight load after this off season. It's been a good winter. You know, it never gets easier, it's always pretty tough. This has actually probably been the hardest of all my injuries to come back from. I think when it all happened I played it down a lot, and I didn't realise the severity of how locked up my ankle and leg would be, and just how important that was going to be for me, not only running again, but I guess the hardest part is for our sport, we're running on sand, which is an uneven surface, and you're also running in and out through the surf, and you've got, you know, sandbanks and potholes, things like that. You take one little slip in or, you know, misstep in that, and that's where I can break my ankle joint again. The old cliche saying time heals all wounds is kind of the only thing you've got to live by in those situations. You know, you've got to do the hard work in terms of your rehab and physio and stuff like that, but every time you do an injury, every time you go under anaesthetic for a surgery, you come out of it and you're probably not going to be as good as what you went into it. You just got to make the most of your situation, you know, put a band-aid over it and move on.
How much do you actually weigh?
Probably around 90.
90 kilos, yes.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel like you're a high school athlete again.
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess for me, in my case, I've broken my leg, my fibula in 2 places, and broken my ankle joint. So for me, I haven't been able to run or board paddle just because I can't get that, I guess, that flexion in my ankle joint at the moment. So I've had to try and use other aspects of our sport and other key areas of training to use that to try and strengthen those. So I've been able to swim train, I've been able to ski, and I've been able to do a lot of upper body weight in the gym. So I guess, you know, there's no point dwelling on it and getting upset about it. You just got to move on. It is what it is, and make the most of the bad situation. So I'm trying to turn those weaknesses into strengths and take steps forward from there.